This is our ADO Encode series, and in this session we are going to add records to a database. Alright, we've already created an application that reads from a database. It can delete records and edit records. And now we are simply going to add the functionality of adding a record. We're going to do this in our customer record form at the save event. So what we need to do here is we've already validated that they've entered customer information, and we have an else. Here we have the edit process complete. Now we need to create the add process, and we need to determine, are we in edit mode, are we in add mode? We can simply deal with that is if txt first name tag does not equal nothing. Then we can do our edit mode. So now we have if the tag equals nothing, edit mode. Otherwise, meaning the tag has nothing in it, we're going to go to our add record event. So here, some of our information is going to be actually quite similar. And I'm going to just do a copy and paste. And the only reason why I'm doing this is instead of trying to reuse it or simplify more is so understanding can be a little bit better for you. So we're going to do dim customer data as new class data. We're going to pass our connection string. We're going to pass the SQL. Now the SQL here is going to be different. Before we were passing to it a tag for the ID. Well, since this is a new record, there is no tag. So I'm going to say ID equals 0. What that's going to do is it's going to get the data set, but it's going to have no records in it. Why waste network space or bandwidth to return records that we don't need? So now, with that done, we can get a new data row. So dim ds new row as data row. We're going to declare what it is now, so we're going to declare an instance of it. So ds new row equals customer data dot dataset dot tables sub 0, so the first table, dot new row. So we're giving it a brand new row there. With ds new row, save a little bit on typing, and now we are going to pass to it the values. Well, we've already done that in our edit routine. So I'm going to copy, paste. So I'm passing to it first name, last name, email, and telephone. After that, customer data.ds.tables sub 0 dot rows dot add and ds new row. So what we're doing is we're telling it, all right, for the data set, add that new row that we've created. Customer data.da.update and customer data.ds. So here we've updated the data set. Here we're sending it back to the database. And that's it. After that, it closes it, and by default we have the calling form doing its update. Whoops, I didn't need to put the update, or I'm sorry, the end if. I put there, else, if, else, end if. There we go, things line up a little bit better now. Alright, we'll save it. We'll add some documentation here real quick. First thing we need to do is modify the first. If tag is empty, reference is to new record. Validate add edit. create new row for database. Fill each field based on text boxes. Add row to dataset. Update database. Save, run, let's see what we have. We have the edit, we have the delete, maybe adding a button so we can add would be a good thing. So here I'm going to expand this out a little bit. I'll call it BTN add. Double click there. And here it's going to be dim customer record as new form customer record. Customer record.show dialog. And once it returns from there, load customer information. Very similar to what we did under a button edit. Load form customer record is our goal. And refresh this screen upon return. Our sender is add button click. Now we can test it. We'll click on add. So we'll say Tim Taylor, tim.taylor@anyemail.com, and save. We can see that he was added to the database. We can double click and see. We can edit him. Which upon my edit here, I actually got an error. And what it's saying is conversion from string to double is not valid. So okay. I need to change my tag comparison to string. There we go. And I can see that his information was added. I can add another person. Whoops. Al Borland. 313-555-1010. Al at Al's email. Whoops, I did them backwards. Al at Al's email.com. Save. We hit another error with this. And this time it's because tag equals nothing. So okay, we can handle that. So if txt first name actually is nothing, txt first name dot tag, and also we'll go there. Alright, through the magic of pause, I made a modification here. I went with my tag.toString. However, when I create a new record, I set the tag to nothing, and that reduced the errors. So I'll run this again now. Add new record. Al Borland. Al at alsemail.com. 313-555-1212. Save. There he is. We can edit him. And now we're set. And of course, we can still delete. And that concludes the series on ADO in Code.